Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video for today. Haven't done one in a couple days, and we have a few people out this week. Being summer schedule. Oh, sorry, let me get my face in there. Being summer schedule, and so I wanted to make this video to cover something you can go over in your own time, and because we had a couple people talking about wanting to do funk music. Okay. Funk is great to learn. It's kind of got that syncopated feel to it. So once you've got your foot pretty steady going on 1 and 3, just to begin with, then 1, 3 and 3, and get those consistent patterns down with maybe P soups on the and 1 coming back in, just so you're playing a consistent pattern and are able to recognize where that fits into the music and where 1's at, right? So it's important to find 1, obviously. And how do we do that in funk music? Okay, because sometimes it can sound a little bit all over the place if we're not used to the accents. The accenting comes in on places that are somewhat different than 2 and 4. So you're playing 2 and 4 on your snare as usual. Okay, so today I'm playing on the pad. I'm not in the kit. On the kit right now, obviously. But right hand, we're doing our hi-hat work as if I were playing hi-hat. Okay, my left hand is doing snare work. So a lot of it's kind of got a drag and rush feel, or playing different accents while cycling the beat around at different periods of time. Okay, so. A simple 4/4 funk groove is what we're going to focus on before we get crazy with anything. So what I'm going to do is just give you a quick reminder of playing your 8th note pattern. It's 2 and 4 with your snare with your left hand, or your right hand if you're left-handed and playing right-handed drum set. Okay, so we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, so some of the funk music sounds more like okay, so what I'm going to do is put a backing track on to give you an idea of something you can work on. I found this on YouTube. It's a great example. It's in 4/4, and it gives you an introduction into the different accenting in addition to playing 2 and 4 on the snare, okay? Let's listen. Cowbell in there playing different accenting as well. So what gives it that funk feel is this guy, Clyde Stubblefield. He's a famous drummer. If you haven't looked him up already, I'm sure I've recommended him to you before, but please look him up. You can find him in James Brown stuff, okay? So if you listen to James Brown stuff, that's called the funky drummer beat, right? And so that you hear that in everything. You hear that all different genres of music, but that one groove is probably the most copied groove there is. Okay, so if you can look up Clyde Stubblefield, he's the drummer for James Brown. Okay, so if you look up James Brown, try to find some songs that aren't too lyrically bad, but still have a good groove that you can count to and are easy to listen to and follow and repeat. Okay, so once again, we have 2 and 4, the left hand on our snare, 8th note pattern on our right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, so that's just gives it that. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So you're playing the and right before beat 4 is only one kick. You're starting with 2 kicks, so 1 and, okay, 2. So you have to kind of wait for it. It feels like you're lagging. Like you should come in and you're having to kind of wait for it. That should feel natural when you're first starting to play this stuff, okay? So don't get upset or anything like that. Just know it's part of the process. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, and then you can change your ride pattern or hi-hat pattern to a combo pattern, so doing straight 8s, right? And then maybe rushing it with triplets like okay? So mess around with it in your own time too, but this is just a video to get you listening and hearing different grooves. And again, this first one was eighth note on my right, 2 and 4 with accenting. 1 and 2 and 4. Okay, so you got that one. Let's find one more. This one's kind of cool.
So I just created this dope website with Wix. Let me show you how I did it. First up, go to
Alright guys, so expand that to your kit, and I don't know, what else can I say? Well, use good technique, make sure your 8th note pattern is consistent, make sure your accenting is coming in the right times, play with it a little bit with the accents, make sure your 2 and 4 are solid, and then your foot is coming in on the 1 and, okay? And then the and right before 4. That's what gives it that funky sound to it. It's called the Funky Drummer Beat by Clyde Stubblefield. Originally drummer for James Brown. Check it out, guys. Alright, have a good week. Happy drumming.